Mazel morons, welcome back to the Good Guys podcast. I'm sitting here with Jason Kelsey's weight loss coach, Ben Soffer.
It's all about macros, folks. Macros. Protein in, protein out.
It looks like it's big macros for us. Fuck a macro. I'm eating a big macro, my G.
What the hell does protein out mean?
Shitting.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, by the way, they're one of our sponsors. If I don't have, like, AG1 is keeping me so regular. I skipped 2 days of AG1, Josh. Cat balls. With AG1, full, long, gorgeous shit.
Ugh. Fuck that. Blech.
Do you ever, here's a question.
I mean, buy AG1, but
here's a question.
Don't ever listen to Ben talking about his movements again.
Here's a question for you and Marshall. Do you ever take a shit?
Oh, God, Ben.
See it and are so proud of it that you want to send it to a friend?
Never.
Yeah. Not send it to anyone, but like note it. Like great work.
Thank you, Marshall. Me too. I'll look at it and I'll be like, okay, GI tract. Okay, probiotics.
And then I get excited that I'm gonna look skinny.
Way to go, large intestine. Way to go, colon.
Way to go, body functioning properly.
Shout out my sphincter.
I certainly do that with my dog. Like when I take my dog for a walk and he takes a nice one, I'm like, good on you. Let's go.
If this is honest time, I do have to tell one truly honest thing about every time I do that, which I don't even want to say it because it's gross. Every morning or whenever I have my moment and that happens, at the end I go, in my head, I got that poison out of me.
Yeah. See?
I go, that was poison.
Yeah.
And that had to get out.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. It's waste. It's normal. We need to normalize these conversations about big fat shits.
No, we don't, Ben. You are the problem. This is why we're lacking fucking decorum in this country. There's no decorum. Speaking of decorum, the first presidential debate is tonight. This will now air 2 weeks later. And while we don't get political, I do think it would be fun, like hot to think about granted, I think we would be ignoring the reality that both of these candidates are incredibly old. So I wonder, are they both getting are they getting a vitamin drip? Are they getting some prednisone? I'm talking steroids, babe. NAD. Like, what are they getting right now to hype them up? A Jamba Juice, maybe.
They're definitely getting something to hype them up. Maybe it's a Viagra. Each of them pops a Viagra, walks out just stone hard, just like
stiff as a rock. Joe Biden's like, hey man, you think I'm not fit for the job with this level of erection?
All I want to do, first of all, so excited. Again, not political. Everybody's excited for this. This is the heavyweight championship, watching a debate like
Totally.
this. It's so fun. I want to see them in the ring. That's all I want. UFC's got to make it happen. Dana White's got to make it happen. USA is really not that far away from Joe Biden fighting Donald Trump in the ring, sponsored by Prime, being watched by Logan Paul. Like, we're right there. Like,
the presidential debate was sponsored by Prime. Could you imagine that?
We're right there. We're there. But yeah, I don't know what they're taking. Prednisone is that's a good one. Also, just in case they have a little sinus infection, that's gone.
Sure.
It does make you really, like hot.
Yeah, it gets you maybe some cognition things, some Four Sigmatic, lion's mane, chaga.
Yeah, that would be good. Chai.
Cordyceps.
Chai.
Yeah, some yerba mate.
Yeah, a nice steeped tea.
It's really, I think it would be fun because obviously people criticize Joe Biden a lot for his age. I think it would be fun if he calls it out right from the beginning and starts the debate, like really gets people with bated breath and fakes a Mitch McConnell freeze So they're like, President Biden, the first question's to you. What do you think about immigration? And he goes, just kidding.
That would be excellent if he did that. Excellent.
That would be great.
It would go viral. You should be his campaign manager. It would crush for him. Absolutely crush.
The next one. This will be between the first and the second debate, and so they can take note and they can have that one for free. But did you hear about this hot controversy? And I got to give it to Donald Trump because he knows how to sell something. He left a little Easter egg and said that his running mate will be in the audience at the first debate tonight.
Really?
But he didn't say who.
Ooh, I didn't know.
Can you imagine the amount of conspiracy theories that are going to go on? What if Gypsy Rose is in the audience?
It's Logan Paul. The Paul brothers are getting in the White House. I don't know how it's happening, but it's happening. It's happening. Like, it's just, they are America. They are America. That bald eagle, fly eagles fly.
Do you think if The Rock ran with Logan Paul as his running mate, they would win?
I think that if The Rock ran with Helen Keller as his running mate, he would win.
She's an incredible person who did a lot. You phrased that in a way like it was a negative. Let's think of a woman who hasn't quite done all the incredible things Helen Keller
All right,
did.
but she's dead. I meant the dead woman. I meant the dead, deaf,
see.
blind.
Got
Okay,
it.
yes. But if The Rock ran with anybody, he would win. I think Logan would hurt his chances. That's how much of a shoo-in The Rock is by himself. Nobody's ever asked The Rock for his political affiliations. He is separate of party. He is just the quintessential perfect human. He's perfect.
Let's talk about someone, The Rock. Fair. I feel like when you say The Rock, you think Oprah. Like you think of these luminaries who are so beloved that they would win in a landslide, but probably will not run for president. What about like Mark Cuban? Do you think Mark Cuban wins in a landslide? Like maybe not a landslide, but like who would be closer to have a chance to run?
I think Mark Cuban doesn't win because he's Jewish. And I just don't see a world in which people elect a Jew, as sad as it is. I just don't see it. I don't see it. The Rock, like even I can't even compare Oprah to The Rock. Like there are people that don't like Oprah. Not me. I love Oprah.
Not me. Watch your fucking mouth. Not on my podcast.
I love Oprah.
You're not going to drag Oprah here.
No, would never do that. The Rock though is in his own world. Who else would win? Like who else is just like such a good guy? Us.
We would never win.
Do you think that could I be mayor of New York? Could I run for that? Could you be local mayor of I won't say exactly where you live. Could you be local mayor?
There's a chance. I think they would worry that I would be checked out and wouldn't care, and they'd be right.
Yeah, but like that's probably better.
But running New York City, and this is how I kind of feel about governors of like people, like having to govern a place like California. And again, we're not political, so I'm not taking anything away or promoting our governor. But what I'm saying is, I just think it's an impossible task because California is literally a country. It has like 30 million plus people. It has the fourth largest economy in the world. A state of all these countries, fourth largest, and it has such a spanning demographic of this gigantic state. And also, there's wildfires and earthquakes. Like, I just think it's really hard to govern. Like, being the mayor of New York City of 8 million people, that's a country.
It's definitely hard, but you can't help but look around and just think, without being incredibly corrupt, I could make a difference. Like you just like look around the city. Last episode, I spoke about all of the traffic that's coming from daytime road work. I'll drive past on my way to LaGuardia. I'll just see permanent road work. They just opened up. You know the tunnel? There's a tunnel that goes from 35th Street to 45th Street on Park Avenue. There's a tunnel. You go down into the tunnel before you go across the MetLife building. That tunnel has been under construction for 15 years. It just opened. It just doesn't take 15 years. Like, I just know that there's so much corruption between, especially in the city, with construction, with the mayors, whoever it is. I don't know who it is. But I think that if somebody just came in that wasn't a part of this same corrupt system and just looked at it through the lens of everybody calls New York the best city in the world, yet it's really fucking disgusting. It's really dirty. We need to clean it up. We need to fix these things. I don't know. Is it me? Maybe. Maybe I'll throw my hat in the ring. But I think it's not an impossible task if you care about the right things for the city. I agree with you. Governing California, the last job I'd want in the world. You get no credit because you're just a governor, but you're governing something so big that it's so impossible, right? Like, right. I don't want it. But mayor of Los Angeles, that could be cool.
Why do you think, how come they don't have more tunnels like the one on Park Avenue throughout the city to ease congestion?
I think it must just be our incredible rat problem. Or maybe it...
No. Time and money. I mean, digging takes time and money.
It could also be maybe I don't know where our water flows. Like, I don't know what our sewage system looks like. Like, maybe you can't dig there. I don't know what it looks like underground. I know it ain't pretty.
But also, Park Avenue is a super wide avenue. Like, there's room for that. But they're all pretty wide.
Yeah, they're all pretty wide. There's room. There's definitely room to make things more efficient. I told you about the congestion tax they tried to put through. They got rid of it.
What was that again?
We came with our pitchforks. They were saying that if you drove below 65th Street, $15 toll every day. Nuts.
That's nuts.
And New Yorkers came with their pitchforks. They're like, fuck this shit. We're not paying that. And they're like, oh shit. Okay. You don't have to. And they backed off.
Yeah, you might as well live in Staten Island and have to pay for the Verrazano Bridge.
That said, I'm getting a $50 ticket once a week in the mail for speeding. They put these cameras everywhere. They spent $500 million on these cameras. They are everywhere. There are no points, no nothing. Once a week, I get a ticket that I went 36 and a 25. It's 1 mile per hour over the 10. Boom. License plate, picture, mail.
But that's also a weekly confirmation for being absolutely fucking lit.
Yeah. No, by the way, it's...
So you're good.
To me, it's the cost of doing business. It is what it is. I got places to go, people to see. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't have time to...
COBL. I don't have... Cabo. Cost of being lit.
I don't have time to sit behind you, grandma, in your frickin' Subaru. Why are so many dogs suffering from health issues? Actress Katherine Heigl, who's helped save over 16,000 dogs through her foundation, says she's seeing more issues with dogs' joints, odors, and health than ever before. And after doing a ton of research, she feels there's one place we can look to improve any dog's health: their food. Just like humans, it's all about the food. What she discovered is that the way many dogs' foods are made can actually create toxins that could be wrecking our dog's health. And this is true even for many of the premium food brands. Fortunately, she's found that by just adding a few special superfoods to her dog's food, she saw huge transformations in their health. She's made a 20-minute long video explaining step-by-step how anyone can do the same thing to see incredible changes in their dog's health. This worked amazingly for Romeo. Romeo's absolutely loving it. I'm noticing so much more energy, healthier skin and coat. And Romeo, it just looks great, looks healthy, looks happy. I would highly recommend it on young dogs or on older dogs. If you want to keep your dog healthy and happy, go to badlandsfood.com/goodguys and watch Katherine's video right now. Again, that's badlandsfood.com/goodguys to learn more.
Well, I saw this. It's as though the writers at the New York Post are writing for our show specifically, because when I read this headline, Kim Kardashian compares sister Khloe to Brendan Fraser's obese character in The Whale.
Oh my God.
I mean, The sisters are fighting again. Kim Kardashian and Khloe got into an argument over the latter sibling's choice to constantly stay home with her kids on Thursday's episode of The Kardashians. Kim, 43, accused Khloe, 40, of being condescending with her tone when she asked to fix Kim's daughter, Chicago West's hair. And Khloe defended herself and insisted that she wasn't trying to shame the older sister. And in a confessional, Kim said, maybe you wouldn't have such a stick up your ass over hair gel if you lived your life a little bit. Interact with other human beings besides the children in your family all day long. Wait, where's the whale? What? What are they talking about? No. I know, shit. Kim also brought up the time that Khloe FaceTimed her kids while she was at a party, but Khloe retorted that she was social at the event. I know, but it was like little things where I was just like, be present, said Kim. It's like the whale. The guy won't leave his house because he's, and Khloe said, I'm Brendan Fraser? I don't know.
In the whale? No.
Yeah, that's rough.
No, that's fucked up. Especially
he won an Oscar.
Yes, but Khloe, as we know, which, by the way, shout out, got to be the most relatable Kardashian. She's always seemed to be the nicest, that Khloe.
By the way,
Khloe,
stunning.
That Khloe. She always seemed the best. And
I love Khloe.
But she also just lost like an incredible amount of weight. Not just lost, over a period of time.
No, she's looked great for a long time now, I feel like.
Whether it's, even if it's 10 years, at one point, she didn't look the way that she currently looks. So for her sister to compare her to the fattest man on TV, no good.
Totally.
No good. That said, Brendan Fraser, love him. I didn't have the ability to see the whale. Not the ability. I didn't have the time to see the whale. Shit. I also didn't see the whackness.
Ouch, that hurts. No, we know you'll see the whale in 2037 because that's how long it takes you to see movies once they come out. Because he's now getting into Titanic and I don't know what else came out in the mid-90s.
I'm rewatching Entourage now. Fantastic.
I heard.
So good. So good. Have you seen it?
I've seen it, and I was a huge fan of the show when it was on, and I enjoy it now, too.
It's just interesting watching it back, not to like totally go away from our Khloe Brendan Fraser story drama. That was fucked up. Like, we'll move on from that. Everything that they said, like everything they did in the show, Tequila Avion, like it was genius. Like when Turtle becomes like the marketer for Avion. First of all, Avion was already a tequila, so that was full-blown product placement. And they did that in 2010 before celebrity tequilas were a thing. Like, it just so smart. And like, when you look at all of these, like, I feel like they picked movies that people then ended up making. Were they making Aquaman, or did they watch Entourage and decide to make Aquaman? Like,
no, they were ahead with Aquaman.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, the whole show was really just ahead of the celebrity curve. Not to mention the fact that Kevin Dillon, what is his name? Johnny Drama. Kevin Dillon, thank you. Not Tim Dillon, also great. Kevin Dillon, hysterical. Oh, do I love Kevin Dillon. Love him.
Yeah, he's the best part of that show.
We got to have him on the podcast. I did notice Josh follows me on Instagram. I'll send him a little DM.
I bet because you play golf.
Maybe it's that.
He's a big golfer.
Or he was like an OG memeaholic. Maybe he's followed me for a long time.
He could be. Yeah, that show specifically, what I find interesting in Jeremy Piven, and it's a shout out to the creator, Doug Ellen, of that show, that people thought Jeremy Piven, who plays the agent on that show, his speeches were so well written that people thought they were improvised. And what we've come to find out is that he's like, almost nothing I did on that show was improvised. Like, it was all so well written. And, he has that famous line where he's in couples therapy with his wife. And, he gets a call in the middle of it at like noon on a Tuesday. And his wife's giving him shit. Like, why can't you just be present with me? And he's like, because if you want to go live in Agora Hills and drive a Toyota, then yeah, I cannot pick up this call. But if you want to live in Beverly Hills and drive a motherfucking Mercedes, like, I'm going to need to pick up this call at noon on a motherfucking Wednesday.
Ari Gold.
It's so
Ari
good.
Gold is gold. The whole show.
I know that was not the line verbatim, so I
It was
apologize. But
it's pretty close, and the whole show is just so good. So if any listeners somehow missed it, watch it. And if you haven't seen it in a long time, it's a great rewatch. Significantly better rewatch than Reba. I'll give it that.
Wow.
It's better.
Wow.
Now, what I'd love to see is another Entourage movie starring Reba. She's Ari Gold's
Could you
new
imagine?
client. She's Ari's new client. The Reebs.
So I had a funny moment the other day. I find on my doorstep a book that I guess is very popular in the Seventh-day Adventist Christian religion. It's kind of their book. It gets you in, and it's got this like very leading title about like how to like transform your life. Now I didn't know any of this. I just see this book. And it seems slightly like...
The book was left on your
tell,
doorstep? Is that what you said?
Yes, it was left on my doorstep, right? Like, or it was left like right by my house, clearly for me. And it has the title. It looks like one of those books of like, if you were going to convert, you would read this. And I immediately start going, because I'm a Jew and I'm always worried shit's about to go down. I go, they know I'm Jewish. This person is clearly anti-Semitic. They think I need to be saved because I'm a heathen. Wow.
You're a Hebrew national.
I'm a Hebrew national, and I am a threat to the community. So I go, Paige, we're moving. This was fun. We need to go somewhere more inclusive like Great Neck, Long Island. Anyway, I then, later that day, I'm taking my son for a walk, and I see on everyone's doorstep for the next 2 blocks is this book. So clearly, someone was papering the neighborhood, trying to spread the gospel. Shout out. I was not so special. They just were doing some outreach in my neighborhood. And I was pretty disappointed.
Still scary. I don't know. Don't leave a book at my door. Don't do it.
But you hear about that with Jehovah's Witnesses, with like, it's kind of a thing of like spreading the gospel.
Yeah, I don't want it in a book form at my door. I don't want it.
I want it in a chocolate chip cookie form at my door if they knew how to get to my heart.
Yes, or I take them on a megaphone over a book at my door. The book at my door, I don't feel safe anymore. I don't.
Yes,
maybe there's
a nice burning cross.
Maybe there's anthrax in the book. Like, you just drop off one of those white pointy hats. Just give me. Got it.
Well, that brings me to a new game that I thought could be really fun on this podcast.
Ooh.
And the game is called Were They Anti-Semitic?
Love.
So I am going to give you
Hitler.
I'm going to give you 3 historical figures. I'm going to give you hints at who they are. And they were allegedly, well, let's just say allegedly so we cover our ass, right, Marshall? We say alleged, that's better.
Yeah.
Allegedly, maybe perhaps had some anti-Semitic leanings, tendencies. Should we go?
Yes, I'm so pumped.
Now for a new game of Were They Anti-Semitic? No, it should be more Jewishy. Hava Nagila, Nagila. Okay. Your first clue is a writer.
Mark Twain.
Your first... No. Your first clue is a writer.
Mark Twain.
Nothing? No. No. Okay.
J.K. Rowling.
Your second clue is a writer of children's
Dr.
books.
Seuss.
No.
What? He was definitely an
Marcy,
anti-Semite. Dr. Seuss was definitely an anti-Semite.
Stop! This shit is gonna get picked up in the wrong way.
His name was really Dr. Seussen.
No, it wasn't. It was like Theodore or something. Shout out. He was awesome. Don't say that. Marshall, got a guess yet?
Keep going.
Roald Dahl.
I think we need a third clue.
Yep.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding,
And
ding.
he was definitely an anti-Semite.
This is what's funny is Ben and I would be doing this if we weren't doing the podcast. If you want to know what Jews are doing in their spare time, it's not deciding the weather; it's figuring out who's anti-Semitic.
For sure, Roald Dahl. James and the Giant Peach, please.
You know, whenever I'm gearing up for my next trip or I'm trying to figure out what to bring, it's always stressful. I'm actually about to head to the airport. I'm headed to Toronto, beautiful old Canada. Oh, Canada. I feel like it's a very Ben Stoffer thing to do. And I'm gearing up for my next real trip, deciding what to bring. And, you know, it's like either certain clothes don't fit or they're just like worn out, and it never becomes more clear than when you really actually need those clothes. But when I discovered Quince, all of my worries, my fears, that moment of like, God, I'm not sure I have the right thing to wear or what I'm going to feel good in, it went out the door. Okay. Quince is my go-to for high quality vacation essentials I'll be packing for trips to come. Now, whether it's their like European linen shirts, what's more summer than linen? And by the way, their European linen shirts and shorts, they're $30. They've got breathable tees and polos. You go into Italy in August, good luck. Okay, what you're wearing better be breathable. Or even their hard shell luggage and so much more. Look, the best part is all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And by partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us. Look, the truth is I've now gotten a couple pieces from Quince, and every single time I go, this isn't fast fashion. This isn't something that's just going to like expire and I'm going to hate in 3 months. It's always really quality. It feels good on my body, and it's just like timeless. It's a timeless piece that I'm going to feel great about. So pack your bags with high quality essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/goodguys for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/goodguys to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/goodguys. Well, from this article, it said that, it just said that he kind of thought Hitler was justified, okay? So he said that in 1983. Okay? I'm just saying. So Roald Dahl, what a bummer. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is still great.
Still great.
Next person?
Yes.
I am a designer. I am a designer.
Yeah. No, I already know who it is. What the fuck is his name? It's Dolce & Gabbana, isn't it?
No.
They also, I think, though, don't like Jews. Fuck.
Don't stop throwing that around. You can't
Okay,
do
I'm
that.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm only saying because
you're
like
right.
people
you're
will
right.
freak the fuck out if we're wrong.
You're right. No, you're right. Adidas?
No, but he was German.
Adidas.
Adidas, yes. No. Okay. I am a female designer. Marshall, got anything?
Gosh. I can only think
of brands. Like I can't think of, but I don't want to say the name just in case I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I am a famous French female designer.
Fuck.
I am a famous French female designer whose name is also another name for chocolate.
Coco Chanel?
Yeah.
Bingo. And by the way, I knew that. And I apologize to Dolce & Gabbana because I think I confused them.
You did. Okay, last one.
Yes. This is a great game. This is a great game.
Now we go black.
I love it. I love it. I love this game.
I am a manufacturer of cars.
Mercedes? Volkswagen.
No. You can't just call out names. You gotta.
Oh yeah. True.
Well, just no. You can't. By the way, you're probably like slightly right back in the 30s and 40s for those. I think even BMW, didn't it start out as making plane engines?
Yeah.
For the Blitzkrieg.
Volkswagen. Hitler very publicly drove a buggy.
Okay, but this is not the company. We're talking about a person.
A person. Okay. Okay, continue. Car manufacturer.
I am a car manufacturer. Wait, I got a better I've got a better one.
I am a car manufacturer, and I'm having a stroke.
I am a car manufacturer who makes their cars in Michigan.
The manufacturer or the person? I don't know the name of Mr. Ford.
Say it.
Ford?
What are you saying?
I think it's Mr. Ford's cars.
Henry Ford. Ding ding ding.
Thank
ding,
you.
ding 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 ding.
I forgot his first name. Henry Ford. Wow. Okay, that's.
Yeah.
Why is he an anti-Semite? Tell me.
Henry Ford is largely responsible for spreading the anti-Semitic texts of the Protocols of the Elders of Zion in America. And in 1931, Hitler said Ford was his inspiration.
That's tough.
But tough, you think? You know what?
I'm just saying,
the Mustang is still sweet.
I'm just saying, if Hitler came out and said we were his inspiration, we'd say no press is bad press.
1931 was early. Maybe he liked his art. No one ever defends Henry Ford, you know?
I'm here to defend him. All right, and for our next game, let's play Defending Hitler.
Perfect. That sounds like a clear winner. Oh my
that was
gosh.
fun. Excellent, Josh.
Yeah, listen, I'm here to help with the saddest game shows on earth. I mean, we'd be crazy not to pitch that. Did you know that Hooters is closing several underperforming restaurants due to market conditions? Like, I mean, what could the market conditions be? Like, we opened up in a place with a lot of blind men. So, like, what's the market condition? Man, what has Hooters expired? Is it anachronistic?
I think that the problem with Hooters is that is that perhaps their food just isn't good enough. Like I think that what's really the difference between Hooters and Applebee's? What's really the difference? A bit of a skimpy wardrobe was the idea, right? But I'm pretty sure that they backed off the skimp. I think Hooters now is just like a chain of, like, you go there, you get some wings. It's like a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, it's a sports bar.
Yeah. I think at one point, the same way that at one point they put cocaine in Coca-Cola, I think at one point you'd go there, you get a bucket of wings and expect some big jugs in your face. And I don't think it's that anymore.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
And that's why they're closing their doors. They went off their core mission.
Yeah, I mean, again, it sounds like the Hooters brand will continue to fly high for at least some more time, but I don't know. Their wings are delish. Their fried pickles, not bad at all.
No.
I mean,
then I don't know what the issue is, because I can't imagine that, boobs will always be maybe in style.
I'm with you.
Fair.
Boobs aren't going out of
the gimmick,
style.
Yeah, the gimmick I think still is great. So I don't really know what it could be. I was thinking they're missing the gay audience. Maybe there needs to be some like bulge going
I
on.
was thinking the same thing. A
Dicks.
Hooters for gay men. Bulge.
I think that's just called the gay club actually.
But it could be for women too. Straight women.
Should we make a wing place called Bulge, and it's men in Speedos with huge wieners?
Yes.
That's good. Marshall just excused himself.
Got to apply.
I think that's going to be a tall order, but yeah.
Maybe they just wear a cup. Maybe they just wear a cup.
Right.
You know?
You could fake it. You could wear a cod piece, some kind of.
You could wear something. Yeah.
But Josh, you said the food at Hooters is good. So
The wings are good.
We have the wings. We have the gimmick that works. Boobs aren't going out of style. I feel like I don't get why I'd be closing. But
maybe they need something more modern and avant-garde. Like it does feel a little bit like a man cave in there from 1997. Like maybe they just update, like do some nice marble tabletops, some nice like restoration hardware fixtures.
They need a rebrand. Hooters needs a rebrand because you're right, Marshall. The pillars of Hooters are there. They're absolutely
pillars. Hey,
they're absolutely there, but it's just a little dated, a little bit dated,
just slightly. Should we get into a speak pipe?
Yes, and then I would love to do a best bite of the week because I have one, but after the pipes. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by Trade Coffee. Trade Coffee is changing the way you experience coffee at home. A lot of the coffee out there is dull, stale, and questionably sourced. Trade curates a wide variety of coffees from the best small batch specialty roasters in the US and then makes personalized recommendations based on what you like or want to try. The coffee is roasted to order and ships to you within 48 hours. Trade Coffee is a specialty coffee marketplace that matches customers with the best coffees from local roasters across the country. You just take a short quiz to share your preferences, and Trade matches you to personalized recommendations. It's a convenient way to experience small batch specialty coffees and support small businesses. From hot or iced, dark roasts to decaf, or espressos to cold brew, Trade has it all. And has a new cold coffee subscription, which offers a rotating variety of the best iced and cold brew coffees to make at home, curated by their team of coffee experts. It's a great option to cool off this summer and stay caffeinated all year long.
Hi, it's Josh. I'm just chiming in here, but you know me, I'm coffee cutie over here, and I drink my black coffee every morning because I stay in a fasted state, whatever, I'm elite. But I love Trade Coffee. It's delicious. Again, I drink it black, so, it's important for me, the taste. And I've tried some of their different roasts, and sometimes I'm in the mood for something lighter, darker, whatever. But the truth is like, I haven't gone wrong with any of the different kinds that I've tried. It tastes like coffee should, but in a premium way. So I just had to say that.
To give Trade a try this summer, right now they're offering 30% off your first order when you visit drinktrade, drinktrade.com/goodguys and subscribe. Sign up for any of their subscriptions at 30% off. You'll save on your coffee this summer, and they guarantee you'll love your first coffee or they'll replace it for free. That's drinktrade.com/goodguys for 30% off your subscription order. drinktrade.com/goodguys.
I love it. I love it. Here is one from Jessica.
Hi, Josh and Ben. Got an update for you guys. I had called in before about my coworker and I starting to date and when we should tell our coworkers. So we ended up telling them, and it was really well received, and we got a lot of support, which was great. There was no issues regarding HR, and all seemed well. However, as time kind of went on the last couple months, I started noticing some red flags just in terms of this person not being who they thought I thought they were, and behaviors coming out that I had been through with kind of a toxic ex in the past, so I had to cut it off. And now we are coworkers and exes, and I know I took this risk when I first decided to get into this, and it's shame on me. My lesson's been learned, but now we have to go to team events together, and it didn't end nasty or anything. Like, we are still amicable, and I just had to set boundaries and make clear that I wasn't going to stay in a relationship with certain behaviors, but I still feel so awkward working with this person and would love your advice on how to handle it. I have a lot of support from the leaders at the company. I've been there a lot longer than him, and they've all said they have my back through and through, but I don't want him to like have to quit or get fired necessarily, but would love if he quit on his own terms. So I just am struggling with how to handle it in the meantime. Thanks, guys. Appreciate any and all advice.
One, I don't think it's fair to force him out at all, unless he did something fucked up. But I don't think it's fair. The biggest thing here, I know that this isn't what you want to hear. Dating a coworker is insane. I'm sorry. Dating a coworker is insane. It just is. Because we all know, Josh, what's the divorce rate? Isn't it like 50%? I mean, that's marriage, right? We're just talking dating. People break up all day long. So you're really gonna date somebody that you need to work with. And now all of a sudden, I know that you say that like your coworkers and your superiors and everybody's fine with it. Trust me, they don't want to talk to you about your love life at all. The workplace is the workplace. They're dealing with this because they have no choice but to deal with this. And everybody's so worried about being fired or not being sensitive enough to something. Like the workplace is crazy sensitive right now. And everybody's walking on eggshells and trying to please everybody. And everybody's trying to keep their names cleared, etc. I think it's completely insane to have a relationship with a coworker. Insane. It is, in my opinion. It puts you in a bad position, the person you're dating in a bad position, and every single person around you. That's it.
I agree. I think it's but I think if it happens and you break up, and you know, to echo you, and assuming it was slightly amicable, like, you know, I'm not sure if there was some bad pretense or whatever, but if there was, obviously that's different. But if it was like an amicable breakup, let's just say, I think you need to suck it up. Like, you got into it and you knew that there was a potential to break up and still have to work together. And I think if the other person did nothing wrong, to push them out is messed up.
Agreed. And
also might put you at risk because you are now using your power to end their employment because you're scorned lover.
Totally. You'll get sued. So
right.
So just stay out of it. Like, honestly, you made your bed, lie in it. It is what it is. People will move on from jobs. Things will change. But for now, you just got to deal with it because, yeah, I didn't even think about that part, Josh. She forces him out and she just told this story on the most popular podcast in the United States.
It's done.
You're done.
You might as well have announced it at a Knicks game. What are you, nuts?
You're done. You're totally done. And I'm calling Cooper, and I'm taking a retainer. I'm going to sue you.
I'm calling Weinstein because I'd much rather go with a Jewish law firm than this Cooper business.
All I know is they all always have the same name. It's Weinstein, Feinstein, and Brownstein.
We should just have a law firm called Super Jews.
Yes, we should.
Okay, well, here is one that I think should be interesting, and it is from, by the way, if you want to, this one's fun and random. If you want to leave us a message, and by that I mean if you need advice or you have a question for us, keep it brief, keep it short, go to go to speakpipe.com/goodguys.
But I thought though that we'd never need to give the disclaimer, do not leave any incriminating evidence in audio as a speak pipe. Don't do that. If you're going to call in for advice, don't tell us that you murdered somebody at the Shell.
Well,
don't do it.
Maybe we'll start a crime podcast. That's where the money is. It's not here.
By the way, so down. Incriminate yourself.
Oh,
wow.
Yes, please. We'll do our own version of the Jinx.
I'm in.
Well, this one's fun. Hold on.
Hey, good guys. My question's for Josh. Can you share more about your eye surgery experience? I know you've touched on it a little bit. I would love to hear more about the surgery and your recovery. I have mine coming up later this year. Feel really good about the surgeon I chose. Really excited, but also very nervous. Thank you.
You know, I like to keep these things private, but I guess I'll share. Fine. You know, this was my journey. You know, I had last year a lower eyelid blepharoplasty. I put it off for 3 years. As I said, I was shooting a show in 2020 called Turner and Hooch on Disney Plus. You haven't seen it, and that's your loss. At one point, the director of photography came up to me and just kind of nicely mentioned, he goes, you know, you're getting a little tough to light. He didn't say it quite like that. He said it much more lovely and Canadian. But I started hearing from him and some of the producers, like, they know I don't drink. They know that I have a kid, that I don't live hard, that I'm not out like partying, and that, you know, the bags under my eyes are from nothing other than some crappy genetics, and it's all from my dad's side. So thanks for nothing, Dad. Couldn't hang around, but left me your baggage, I see. And so I had these bags, and it was proving to be something that was getting really hard to cover up. I was getting insecure about. And shout out a good friend of mine who's a great actor, whose name I won't say because I don't know if he publicly wants to be known as someone who got the surgery. He's not as brave as me.
Tom Cruise?
But Tom Cruise. And he was like, listen, this is like easy. And then shout out someone who loves their name said, John Stamos, my other friend, who was like, George Clooney did it, Josh. Just fucking do it. He's like, you should have done it yesterday. What are you, nuts? And so finally, as I like to do, it took me 3 years, but I was finally done with it. This podcast was something that really pushed me over the edge because seeing myself weekly was really hurting my feelings. And the comments were agreeing with my feelings. So, yeah, I did it. It's the best. It's really easy. They go all inside your eye. No scar. Little lift. Little tuck. Come on.
And you look amazing. And you look amazing.
Thank you, Benjamin. You were worried, right? You were worried I was going to come back looking like a cat, right?
A little. I'm just always fearful of elective surgery. My wife has I don't know if it's actually her quote, but she says it often as it relates to just about anything. She says, "Don't test God." And I feel that. It's not, I don't know if you're testing God by having elective surgery like that necessarily, but I think of like people that go bungee jumping or skydiving or like anything scary. Like, what are you doing? Stay on the ground. Like, what are you testing the elements for? I'm not saying that's what
Have
did
you
there,
never been mid binge at 2nd Avenue Deli and a big bite of pastrami goes down your throat and you thought, what do you got, God?
I have. No, I've definitely taken myself to the absolute limit with food. And I actually did that. You know, that'll be my best bite of the week, Josh. That'll be my best bite of the week. This week, last week, I went to the Mets game. Mets-Yankees. Shout out Pete Alonso. Best baseball player in the world and dear friend of the
Subway Series.
Good Guys podcast. I had the good fortune of sitting in the Delta 360 Club. Now, Josh, this club, I'm going to say it, is the nicest sporting club I've ever been to. Ever. The alcohol, all of it, top to bottom, free. Very rare.
Wow.
I don't eat it. They have a soft shell crab station. Full sushi bar. You go up there, you request, I want a spicy tuna hand roll, avocado, no problem. They have pastas. They have meats. They have candy bars. They have popcorn. They have sodas. They have waters, okay? You think that's good. Ready for this? The barcode for your ticket allows you to get free concessions anywhere in the stadium. You can leave the Delta 360 Club like me, head over to the wonderful kosher section and get brisket nachos that are out of this world. Save yourself the $17. All I'm saying, the hack of all hacks, the Delta 360 Club at Citi Field, best bite of the week.
First of all, shout out Delta. Shout out Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, because apparently he's doing it right.
Yeah, he is. Hospitality at its finest.
Wow, that sounds great. Now, I will push back slightly. Here I go. Kosher brisket nachos with cheese. I'm assuming this was a fake cheese alternative.
It actually looked like, and I remembered saying this to my friend, like the mishkiach or rabbi or the person that blessed it just like jizzed all over the brisket. Like it was a thin white coating.
I'm cutting that out. That's disgusting. What's wrong with you?
So much.
You know,
So much is wrong with me.
Sometimes
Back up. Okay. Yes, there was a thin white goo that replaced the cheese.
I'm leaving this all in. That's it. I was gonna take it out, and then I turned around and said, "It must be heard by the people."
I looked at it, and it reminded me of a good hak too.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, I could just see people, I could see the sponsorship teams going, we'll pass on the good guys. Maybe they're not so good.
No, we're bad. We're bad to
Wow.
the bone.
That was fascinating. Well, my best bite of the week was I live in the South Bay near different areas. The South Bay is considered like Torrance. You're cackling at yourself. It's so gross, man. Oh my God. Do you feel any shame?
None. It wasn't my jizz. It wasn't my jizz. I didn't do it.
Oh, this that word coming out of you. Jeez.
Jism.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
By the way, I thought you were going to start the next story that I live in. So I live in the south of France. I was like, "Ooh, excuse me."
I would like to one day. My best bite of the week is there is an ice cream shop near where I live, all fresh made ice cream. You ready for this? They have Handel's ice cream, shout out. They have an ice cream, a new flavor called Graham Central Station.
Ooh.
And I'm an East Coast boy. I'm a New York kid. I had to try it. Let me see. Hold on. I want to make sure that I break this down correctly because with such a fun name, I would hate to miss ice cream it. Okay, Graham Central Station handles ice cream. Let's dive in. And Marshall, I want to hear what you think of this. It's graham flavored ice cream with graham cracker ripple and chocolate covered crunchies. You heard it right. Graham Central Station. It's graham flavored ice cream with a graham cracker ripple chocolate covered crunchies. Let me tell you, this thing was out of sight, out of control. So good, so delish. I ate 1.5 scoops, which is crazy. That's my best bite of the week.
That sounds unbelievable. And I love a graham. I put the graham in sort of like the same world as not a cinnamon, but like a
Savory, a warming spice.
yes. Oh, that mixed with vanilla ice cream, A+.
Incredible. Yeah, I'm looking at the photo now. It looks amazing.
Does it, Marsh?
Yeah, it looks so good.
And if only they could have topped it with some of that jizz, then it.
Marshall, there's a word in Yiddish. There's a word in Yiddish, and it's called yachner. Do you know this
I
word,
couldn't
Ben?
hear you. What'd you say?
There's a word in Yiddish, Marshall, called yachner. Do you know this word,
I don't know
Ben?
it.
It means a bag lady. It means low class. You are being a yachner, Ben.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I don't know where to go from here. Should we get to our what are you nuts? I mean, I think we just said it.
I was nuts. I apologize.
No, you're not nuts.
I apologize. Yes, we should go to our what are you nuts moment of the week. We should. Would you like me to go? Would you like to go?
What do you got,
Okay.
Ben?
So I had to take a picture of this menu. in order to read to you truly it's the most what are you nuts thing I've ever seen. It will remain unnamed, but it was a restaurant in South Carolina. You open up the menu, Josh, okay? Open the menu. And it says, this is just where appetizers are. So it begins. As with all journeys, there must be a starting point. Thus, we have meticulously chosen beginnings for you to explore. You can walk alone or share the moment. Whichever path you choose, it is sure to be unforgettable. And then below it is like chicken satay, spinach artichoke dip, a chicken finger. What are you, nuts?
Sliders.
What are you, nuts? You think that's bad? Ready? The next course, Josh. Lighter side of life. There are many paths in life. If you desire the path of relaxation through gardens and fields that are just as rewarding as the adventurous mountaintops, then sit back and enjoy the path you have chosen while delighting in the choices of others. And then it's a Beverly Hills salad with chicken. It's a praline spinach, chicken salad, stuffed avocado. What are you, nuts? Do less.
Nuts.
Do less. Okay?
Much less.
Much less. Nobody needs this. Nobody wants this. Do less restaurant. Make good food. Have great wait staff. A nice ambiance. Light a candle. Give me a nice mint out the door. Nuts.
I love that. I think that's so funny. And restaurants just need to take it easy. My what are you nuts is the other day I was sitting in my car in the gym or in the gym parking lot, and I noticed a guy in front of me because I smelt this beautiful wafting of marijuana smoke, and I see he's smoking a blunt in his car while the blunt's in his mouth. He's looking in his vanity mirror and he's cutting his beard with school scissors. He's smoking a blunt, cutting his beard with like the school scissors that they give out to you that are basically like a little bit sharper than like a piece of paper. What are you, nuts? Do that at home, maybe. Don't cut your beard. That just upset me.
That is a perfect advertisement for the Tourism Board of Los Angeles. Come.
Totally.
Come and watch people in their cars smoking blunts and shaving in the car. Not even shaving, cutting with scissors that probably covered in Elmer's glue. What are you, nuts?
Yeah, it's nuts. Should we do one more speak pipe for the people before we go?
I would love to. I would love it.
You know what? We just keep giving the people what they deserve and what they want. And because of this, we'll probably have the same amount of viewers, but we'll feel great. Oh, you should hear a very hot take from a young Julia.
Hey, Josh and Ben. Love you guys so much. Love the podcast. Gonna keep this super brief. This is for Ben. Ben, you recently posted a picture of Claudia and your dad for his birthday. Your dad's hot, so not sure why we didn't know this before. I actually thought it was a prank that you were posting a picture with like your friend or something in Claudia. But yeah, you have a hot dad. So that's all. Love you guys. Bye.
Dude.
A lot of people said this, that Bruce was a silver fox. This was traveling through the forums, Josh. And
wow.
All I know is my mom is going to be incredibly jealous. Mom, you're beautiful as well. You're beautiful. I know she's listening like, what about me?
Ava's a smoke show. Ava can get it. Mrs. Soffer, you can get it.
They're the two most beautiful people in the whole world. And my dad looked fantastic in that photo. It was a wonderful 65th. He was wearing a perfect blazer, this like blue tweed. Claudia put some nice filter where he looked extra tan. He did look fantastic. He did. But yeah, the people have said that he's hot. And no, he's 5'10". 5'10".
Is it important to you to be considered a hot dad? I open this up to the room. Marshall, please weigh in.
I think it's important to me to be a handsome dad, but more important for me to be a great dad. Good person.
Boring. Marshall, what do you got?
Yeah, I want to be a smoking fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds like great, I guess. Right?
Totally.
We know it's important to you, vanity seeker.
That's because I'm the only dad here, right? So I'm already watching the de-evolution of men in my life who I'm like, you're 2 years away from cargo shorts and Skechers. And no shade, but I just want to still put, especially when you look at the people who back in the day aged well, be it Paul Newman, be it these people who just looked cool well into their 70s and 80s. It can be done. You just have to you can't take big swings fashion-wise. You gotta keep it basic. The basics work.
The basics work. It's tough. I would love to be fashionable would have been a better word. I'd love to be a fashionable dad for sure. But then I think to myself, when can I really I'm so high-low. I wake up, go to walk Theo, basketball shorts and a ripped t-shirt. And then at night, I try to look nice. But when do you ditch the basketball shorts? Do you own any basketball shorts? Any?
Of course not.
You don't, right? You ditched them. They're gone.
I'm a grown-up.
You own
It's crazy.
You own none.
None.
Okay, workout shorts. They're the same thing.
I would wear a pair of Lululemon 5-inch inseam like my boy Marshall over here. Let's
right,
go.
that's right.
Oh, so you,
5-inch inseam,
the
I
5-inch. So you'd never dip to a 10-inch.
a
No.
10-inch.
I just vomited.
That's mid shin. Oh my
That's
God.
free.
Hey, bring back capris. Bring back jorts.
Marshall almost went straight when you said that.
And most importantly, bring back the zip-off pants. How do we get those
Full
back?
body chills.
Oh my God, the tearaway pants.
In. Oh my God, I'm sweating my balls off. I haven't spoken about it this whole episode. I've been so good, I didn't complain once. The studio is
You
the
didn't.
studio is 2,000 degrees. I've had this mini fan over here, this little fan. I'm sweating my kishkas off. So I am going to end this podcast episode before I pass the fuck out. Listen to us and give us 5 stars because I almost died recording this episode. Not doing that would be an absolute shame. Share with a friend because, again, almost died recording. 5 stars. Gotta give it to us. Gotta share it. Share our clips. TikTok, Instagram. We're blowing up on the talk, Josh. We are blowing up.
We are.
The numbers are through the roof.
You're welcome, Chinese
Raise
government.
the roof. And watch us on YouTube, on Josh's YouTube. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, etc. Mondays and Thursdays. And folks, I hope you're having a fantastic summer. Hop in the pool.